Climbed. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is part 2 of the Ouija board mod.
Island.
Ouija board mod modification, how to modify your Ouija board. Now, if you've watched part 1, you know what I did, which was take magnets and glue it on the back of the Ouija board and at the bottom of the planchette, so that now as you move your planchette over the Ouija board,
smooth,
you'll have some magnetic influence on the Ouija board, so you can't say it was this hand or that person who moved it. It was the magnetic field, and the spirits influenced the magnetism to spell words. It's very simple. Get these.
round.
I have a link below if you want to get these magnets or these stronger magnets. I suggest using these magnets. Adamantium magnets, much stronger, much better results. What you do is you glue them on the back of the board, as is shown in part 1. And magnets usually stick to each other.
Hey.
You want to have them glued so that
necessary.
They repel each other. Right? Okay. So that's the concept. Showed you that in part 1. This is part 2. We are going to finish off the modification. Now you're hearing in the background a ghost app called Spirit Voice V1.
France. Metal.
Just gonna have this hanging over the holding on a Ouija board. Sorry, holding over the Ouija board on a selfie stick. Just adjusting it a little bit. All right, it's the Ouija board.
Hey, where'd this come from? I found it. Where? Closet. Huh. You been playing with it? Yep.
Now to finish the job.
However,
it's a brand new Ouija board.
Purified.
Does not have attachments yet. Grab your planchette. Oh look.
Kid.
Yeah, kids. It's for kids. Ages 8+. Yeah, I do suggest kids play with Ouija boards. Very good idea. Yeah, okay.
Holy.
You know how? I'll show you. Wait a minute, you need two.
No, you don't. I do it all the time.
Oh, yeah? Well, let's both play with it.
Should be more like 18+, not 8+. But anyway. Because, is it okay for kids to play with demons?
Fuck this.
I don't know. Now, here's the cool thing about the planchette. It has this little, at least this version, by Hasbro. I have a link below if you want to get this particular Ouija board by Hasbro. Link is below the video. I don't know, I gave you a tip how to modify your Ouija board. You give me a tip, make a purchase.
Speak.
I get some moolah. Thanks. Not hiding any of it. What do I do with the money? I don't know. Make more paranormal equipment. Pay some bills, etc., etc. Now, there's a little plastic thimble that just hangs there. It's pretty cool. Pretty perfect, actually. It's like somebody knew that I was going to do this modification. Because look, these magnets have a hole in it. I have a link below to get these particular magnets. Now the hole fits right into... Look at that. Perfect. Who knew, Who knew I was going to do this modification in the future? And put that design in there. And I bet you they have a particular reason why they left that there. Maybe manufacturing. Whatever it might be. It's perfect for this mod. There's a hole. You fit in it. Put some magnets in it. So, we're going to do that. If you watched part 1, you saw that when drying it off, put heavy stone on it so that the glue...
Length.
If you watched part 1,
And the whole
I hot glued the magnets onto the back of the. This is the back of the Ouija board. I glued a whole bunch of magnets on the back. Right, you saw that? And I used the glue gun.
Kept.
Do one by one because if it's cold outside, the glue will dry off right away. If you do a whole bunch of spots, then put it on. So do one by one. Put glue, then magnet. Glue,
Placebo.
then magnet. Make sure all the magnets are, like either north or south pointing that way. Okay. Try to do north, all pointing that way.
Here you go, Father, all clean. Oh, thank you so much. Okay.
And then glue some more over it. And when they start sticking to each other, you're done. Like when there's too many magnets. If you look, there's tons of magnets. There's over 60 magnets.
Drag.
Yeah. Now with the wood glue, it says here dry 24 hours. Not if it's a cold weather. If it's cold weather, probably take you a week or two. That's how long I had to wait for this.
Beside.
Maybe 4 days. And so try to do this in warm weather or indoors, but indoors will leave a glue smell in the vicinity. So do you want that? See, some of it's still kind of not dry. I can
Fatal.
put my nail into the glue, but the rest has dried off. And if you saw part 1, I overcaked. I make mistakes so you learn. I overcaked the glue. You should just take the you should just take a small brush and smear just a little bit over the magnets, just a little bit, not a lot. Right now, I just spilled some chemical there. Fantastic. But
June.
okay. Now, if these metal parts, you don't need these metal parts. I wouldn't suggest putting these metal parts on. See that? I would not suggest putting them on whatsoever. I just did it not to waste material, but don't need that. Throw it out.
Calm.
I can rip them off or not. Just decided to leave them on. Once your Ouija board is done, dried off, all the magnets are dry. Here's the problem. If you overcake it, the glue's going to spill on the sides. Yes, it is a Ouija board. See that? It's
Questions.
ready to go. And yes, what do? We ask questions, as the spirit voice said.
Oh, yeah? Well, let's both play.
Right? Now, what we're going to do is take some magnets.
30.
And we're going to glue them, not glue them, screw them into the little things here. The little foot stands. Now, do not throw that out. There's a little fuzz to protect you from scratching the Ouija board as you're going around, right? Now, with magnets
Loss.
on it, on the opposite side, because the other magnets are attracting, and you would want it to repel. If you glue it on, it's going to break off when you're using it. So that's why you want to use these magnets with the holes in it. See? It's stuck.
You really don't want me to play, huh?
See? Now, you can move it around. These will be screwed into here.
School.
See? Spirit said it's cool. Glue into here. I mean, screwed into here. And then, as you move your planchette, now you got magnetism to influence the outcome of.
Pole.
Can the spirits influence magnetism? Spell what they need to say. This way makes your Ouija board safe, and they don't attack, and the entities do not try to influence your brain or possess you, because they have now a natural magnetism, magnets, that they can play around with. instead of playing around with your mind.
No, I do. Captain Howdy said no.
Captain who?
Captain Howdy.
Who's Captain Howdy?
You know, I make the questions and he does the answers.
Oh, Captain Howdy, yeah, I see.
Nice.
Oh, I bet he is.
Here, I'll show you.
All right.
Captain Howdy, do you think my mom's pretty? Captain Howdy? Captain Howdy, that isn't very nice.
Well, maybe sleep.
Possessing you. They can possess
Shift.
the Ouija board and not you. You don't need to go into a trance. You just ask them to influence the magnets on the Ouija board. And that's what they'll do. Don't ask them to use you. Ask them to use the magnets on the Ouija board. This way it's safer for you. 8+. Now, with the magnets on it, that can be considered safe for 8+. With the magnets. Without the magnets, you get possessed. I mean, you all remember the Exorcist movie?
Shut up your ass, you worthless piece of shit! Ah!
Silent! Holy Lord.
Your mother isn't here with us, Harris. Would you like to leave a message? I'll be sure that she gets it.
Yes, Mom, will you get out of there, please? You're no fun! I'm working!
See you later, Mrs. Harris.
The little girl gets possessed. The real story was a kid, it was a boy. He's still alive. It's architect right now. Something like that. So playing with Ouija boards, kids, not safe. Do at your own risk. Right? Now, how do you throw out a Ouija board properly? Because I know someone that threw out my Ouija board, and they are constantly sick to this day. So don't throw out your Ouija boards unless you want consequences, especially if you used it for communication. So how do you do it? How do you throw one out safely? Well, you get a PSP7 spirit box. Use it around the Ouija board, and you tell the spirits. From now on, you do a couple of sessions, and you put the PSP7 spirit box on top of the planchette, a ghost box. Or an app. Especially a ghost box. That would be preferred. And you tell the spirits and the ghosts, if you're attached to this, I'm going to throw this out. You warn them. For over a week. So once a day, you do a session with the Ouija board, with the spirit box on top. You tell them, this is your new Ouija board. Communicate through this. This I'm going to use. You can use this from now on. So they'll attach themselves to the spirit box, and you tell them the Ouija board, I'm going to throw out in the garbage. Do not use this anymore. And during your session, as you're going around, use the box. Do not use it for spelling words. Just keep going around. Then close the Ouija. And then after a week, throw out the Ouija. It should be safe from attachments. Incubus. It's a square. Right? Or, sorry, incubus. The box. Now, let's do this. So how am I going to get glue in there to have the little magnet into it? The magnet fits right in, but it's not going to hold. I mean, look. Put it in. False. So what you do is you heat up your glue gun. There's a hole in the glue gun. And when it's hot, you stick the pin right into there. Right? You stick the pin right into it. Put the glue, force some glue on it. When it's hot, try not to melt this piece. Just quickly apply glue so that goes in, out quickly.
Recuse.
As it's wet, as it's still wet, then you put your magnet on, and it should stay on, glued on. That's how you do that. That's what we're going to be doing. Finishing off the mod. Okay, and now with the magnets to screw it on, you're going to have to find yourself some tiny little screws so that they stay flat. See, it caves in. There's a little hole that caves in. Can you see that? So you want the magnet, the screw, to be flush. Okay? Because if you do it the other way, so you're going to have to find 3 little screws Very tiny. I'm not going to tell you the size. You go figure it out. That remain flush. And do it the right way so that the head doesn't stick out and scratch the board. See that? When it's flush. And the magnets have one side that caves in. See that? Perfect. Screw in there. There you go.
Him.
And then you screw that. Screwdriver.
Holy Lord!
Lick.
Screw that with a screwdriver. Right?
Disc.
You screw that in to the bottom of the planchette. You just screw it in. But see this little sticky pad? Do not throw it out. Do not throw it out. Because we're going to put that over the magnet. So save that. Remove it slowly. One by one. It's a flat plastic surface. So what you're going to do is pre-drill a little tiny hole in the middle. Use a drill. Drill it. Zzz.
Action.
Pre-drill. A little tiny bit. The smallest one. That fits your screw. Just divide it. So that's easier for you to screw in your magnet. See, if you use a big head magnet, a big head screw, it sticks out. Not good. Get us tiny screws. Okay, such as I've shown you here. That fits the head of. It fits right into the magnet. Flush.
Wrench.
And maybe it's a wrench. Maybe not. But that's the only word in the vocabulary that he can use. The spirit. So that's how you do that. And then what you're going to do is remove these. Once you're done.
Rapture.
The little sticky, soft, non-scratch pads. Made of a fuzzy material. And it's still gluable on one side. So you're going to stick it onto the magnet. Once you're done, once you've screwed it on, put it on. Ta-da! And then that'll be screwed onto your back.
Enemy.
And it still doesn't scratch the board. Right? Pretty simple process. So do not throw those out. Now here's the little sticky pad. Put it right stuck. Let's put it back.
Prepared.
Now, if you overcake glue, you should using a brush, quick little brush with the wood glue, like as shown in part 1. So putting glue to hold the magnets down. Now, if you glue, if you put too much glue, once it's drying, and you're setting it on something, and you put it on top of something, it's going to warp. So put it on a flat surface when it's drying. Put a stone or something heavy on top of it as it dries, so that the glue doesn't warp it. So it's held down by gravity. Yeah, we're using natural forces here to communicate with spirits. That's what they actually attempt first. I mean, if you were a ghost and things weren't right on the other side, who would you call? Who would you try to call?
Tickle.
The Ghostbusters?
Oh my God, help me!
Hi, Patty.
Oh, hell no, the devil is a liar!
So, you go to Paranormal Investigators if you want to be heard of your ghost. So the glue has overlap, so you got to remove it. Which will ruin your Ouija board. See that? Leave little marks. So if you want things perfect, I've shown you my mistakes so you don't make them. Use a slight little brush, just a little bit of glue. Don't smear it on like I did. Glops and glops of it. Takes longer to dry anyway. Remove the little bits of glue. Not trying to do a perfect job here. And just click. So that you people will be safer using your Ouija boards.
Gasp.
Now I sell these on eBay. You can look for them. They're called modified magnetic Ouija board. Well, you can too. I don't mind competition. You can make your own and compete against me. I'm fine by that. Nothing wrong with healthy competition. Don't try to knock me out. My selling
Faye.
on eBay because, you know what I'm saying? Plenty of room for everyone. Don't forget who taught you the idea. Alright.
Oh, yeah? Well, let's both play. You really don't want me to play, huh?
No, I do. Captain Howdy said no.
And there you go. It's ready to go. So now,
Soup.
got your magnets. You go over them. The blushette. Look at that. See that? Wants to attract. Is it the spirits or the magnetism moving?
Sally's.
Is it the spirits or the magnetism? Sally's. Electronic shocks. Electronic shocks that cause movement. That's what that word Sally House is about. Sally. When they say Sally, they don't mean a person's name. The spirits are describing an activity. Electronic shock. Mini shock. It's harmful.
Enough.
Not harmful. That causes movement. So that's what we're going to be putting at the bottom of the blushettes. I think you understand now the concept. Come up with your own ideas. Make it. You can put lights in the middle.
Apart.
In the middle. On the inside, make it all pretty. You can add wires to it at the bottom, and then put batteries in the wires and electrify the magnets. That gets very interesting. I wouldn't suggest adding
Cold.
batteries to.
It's freezing.
The wires with the magnets all attached, like all intertwined, feeding it power. Why? Could overheat and cause fires. One thing. So I wouldn't suggest that. So don't play with fire. So
Possibly.
what we're going to do is we're not going to use a drill to pre-drill. See, I'm doing things DIY way. I could pre-drill it, pre-drill the hole, have my screw bite into it. So, removing the sticky pad. That's the sticky pad. Just remove the sticky pad.
Addition.
Now I want a little bit of a hole in there. So, what you do, this plastic is soft enough. This is DIY. I'm teaching you mistakes. Or you can do it with your own hands, DIY.
Into the flames of hell. Who sent your only son into the world to crush that roaring tiger?
Kansas.
Okay, just see that? Little holes going in there. Try to do right in the center. There's a little of, you can even shave off some of this so that it's completely flat for the magnet. But I'm not worried about that. Just got one of these things, if you want to use one of these. They're from the wood store.
Sneak.
Where they make fences. You just got a screw, wood screw. Just drill into this by hand. Takes a little bit of patience.
Wire.
You just want it to bite into there. Now if it's not biting into there, now kids don't play with fire. Just like underage children should not play with Ouija boards. Don't do this at home, kids. Heat up your, if you don't want to use a drill, heat up your bit, your wood screw. Now that it's hot, it'll
10.
go right through the plastic. Like butter, like hot butter. Okay.
Position.
This is all DIY. Yep. No, you got your little screw. Goes into your little endomanium magnet. Stick it in the hole.
Holy Lord, Almighty Father, everlasting God, who once...
It'll be as easy as you thought. Okay.
Who?
Now, you got your screwdriver. It's not going in properly. You haven't made it big enough of a hole.
Hour.
Okay. Stick it in the hole. Slowly get it in that pre-drilled hole.
Happy.
Now apply pressure with your hand so that it digs into the plastic. Not too much so it doesn't crack the plastic. Flashette. Okay. Not too much pressure, just slight pressure.
Create.
See that? Bam, once it's nice and tight. Good. Don't let it go until you hear because then you crack the plastic. Just nice and tight. There you go. That ain't coming off. And
Render.
a little test. Now my plushette is, look at that.
Oh, yeah? Well, let's both put it.
It's got magnets on the back, magnets at the bottom of the plushette. Now we got some real spirit. Whoa, moved by itself, eh? It's jumping. Got some spirits here. You can really freak out your friends with this. But the spirits can still influence the magnetism and spell out words. That, my friends, is quite paranormal. Yeah, you get the concept? Now my little sticky pad, which was there, it still has glue at the bottom of it. Put it at the bottom. The sticky pads are, push that down.
Bath.
That ain't coming off. Nice and glued on there. It's nice glue they applied. Manufacturer, Hasbro, so that it works for mods as well. Look at it. Now you're not going to, you hear that?
Task.
Now you're not going to scratch your Ouija board, because if you just left the magnets bare, it would scratch the Ouija board. You know, this soft little thing that was already here. No problemo. No scratches. You don't want no demons scratching your Ouija board, do you?
Equator.
Funny, eh? Demons usually...
Dr. Klein.
Yes, I'm Dr. Klein. This is Dr. Tanny. How do you do?
Sharon, things have gotten worse since I phoned you. I think you better go upstairs.
She having spasms again?
Yeah, but they've gotten violent.
Did you give her the medication I gave you?
Yes.
What was that?
We're talking to about, just to clarify, we're talking about light anomalies. We're talking about energy that either we can pick up with our own eyes, but usually that's outside of the spectrum where we can see.
Right. And I guess that's another thing. We assume if we can't see it, we can't touch it, it might not be there. And if we can't see it or touch it, how powerful could it really be? Is there something there that could cause something to scoot or move or touch us, or that we could feel if we can't see it? How real could it be?
Because everybody that's ever came here to try to investigate this has had video and audio problems with their film. I firmly believe this place is still haunted. I firmly believe that there is very evil spirits here, and I believe that you'll encounter them.
Take this, Zach. Zach, take this.
I know, I am too.
It feels like it's on me. Look at.
I'm feeling it too,
arms?
guys. Yeah.
My whole face right now.
Here. Yeah, look at your hair standing up.
It is very common when in the presence of a spirit for your body to react with goosebumps or seeing the hair on your arms or neck stand on end.
Me. Guys, I'm gonna try to make contact here.
Dude, I'm getting like this bad burning sensation on my back.
What?
Like it's burning. Like my whole back is burning.
Where?
Just on my back.
Let me see.
No, but this isn't a tingle. This is kind of like a little burn.
Turn around.
And I don't feel good. Like
Aaron, Chun. Here, turn around, turn around. I can't
I
see.
just don't feel good right now, guys.
Here, Nick, don't shoot. You alright, man?
No, I don't know. I feel dizzy and I just feel weird. I feel burning right here. I feel burning right here. Right here. It's like burning. Is there anything right here? There's no?
Turn your, I can't see with the night vision. Turn your flashlight
It's just burning. There's like a burning sensation right here. It's somewhere around here.
Oh my God.
What?
No,
What?
turn around, turn around.
What?
Just stay there. I need to document this.
What is it?
Stay there.
What is it?
Stop moving.
Okay, then what the f- is it?
It's a scratch.
What do you mean?
Aaron, turn your night vision.
God, dude.
Where?
It's on your back, straight down your spine.
Zach, just hold your shirt up for a second.
Feel it. Where is it?
It's right there in the
Picture
middle.
of it? You want me to take a picture?
Yeah, take a picture.
Yeah, take a digital still. Keep your camera on. Keep your camera on him.
Keep mine?
Turn it off night.
Okay, well take a picture of it and let me see what the f- it looks like. Is it like a bite?
Stay there, stay there. Hold still. It's a long scratch.
What the f- dude? Are you serious?
Here, turn back around. I need to get this on the night vision.
Dude.
Aaron, you gotta
Bump nothing?
No, I was standing right here. I was standing right here talking to Nick.
Here, I got it off on normal.
What does it look like? Is there
Okay.
like
turn around. We need to get this on camera, man. Aaron, do you got that?
Yeah, dude. Oh, dude.
Do you have that on your camera? Let me see it.
I was just going to throw this out at you, but it reminded me of a story back when I first met you. We were talking about, yeah, I know, I know, but we were talking about incidents that people have where they get touched, right? And I'd had a touched on an investigation. Brian Perry is so not allowed to come in here. We're banning. Can you ban the moderator from the show? There's so many clips we're showing tonight that I've titled, and we're titling it, and we're like, he's gonna snort laugh about that one.
Yeah.
Can't wait for him to see that one. So we're talking about getting touched, and I'd had an experience too on an investigation coming away with what felt like burn marks, right? And there's this typical thing that you'll hear when people describe being touched on an investigation: throw him out. And it's interesting. It's happened to me several times, and there's always seems to be three lines that occur, 2 or 3. 1, you don't know, either you know that it's happening and it feels like you're being burnt, or it happens and then later on it shows up.
Yep.
You know, and you had that same experience, and we had this great talk about UV light burns, laser burns, and how that prompted you to start building cameras in a different way.
Yeah, and that was one of those things. The
3. So does the planchette. 1, 2, 3. Interesting, huh? Look at that. And it's magnetized. That's my breath. Okay. Can I ask you questions? And the magnetism.
Dictionary.
It's just one magnet. It's already moving. Now let's do that to the other one. Remove the little fuzzy protective thing from scratch protector pad.
Bed.
Do it slowly so it doesn't break. Use a nail. Use your nail, or else it'll rip off and break. Sorry, my nails are always dirty from doing projects. Alright. There's your little sticky pad. Remember, you can scratch the little wall off to make it nice and flush. I don't want to. Same process. Get yourself a wood screw.
Assault.
These are wood screws. Just any wood screw to pre-drill. Or use a drill. It would be even faster to use a drill. I'm showing you DIY. Heat it up once again. Oh. First bite in the first hole. Middle. Pick your middle.
Chance.
Okay, so puncture it. So it's right in the middle. Heat it up with a lighter. Now kids, don't use lighters. Don't use lighters. I'd rather you kids, if you're kids underage, get your parents to help you with this, or use a drill, or just do it by hand. Don't play with lighters. Don't play with drills. Just do it by hand, kids.
Off.
But no one underage should be playing with Ouija board.
Monument.
I just heard outside. I heard a noise go. Sounds like an ice cream truck. We don't have ice cream trucks. It's autumn. I heard the music outside. It sounds like a ice cream truck. The following tone music. Do do do. You ever hear that around town? Remember that it's angels getting inside their little angel craft as they open the door. Can't see them, but they're there.
Down.
They're there. Look, like butter. Went right in. Don't make the hole too big, or else you'll be screwed. Yeah, when you hear around town a noise, watch any natural disaster like tsunami videos and things like that. You'll hear do 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 do.
Bill.
You know, electronics. When you turn on the motor, it makes a noise. It's an electronic signal that angels are using when they open the door of their UFOs. That's what UFOs are. Angel vehicles, because not all angels have wings and fly. So that's a little clue for you. You hear that noise around town? They don't care if they're heard. It's visibly heard. It's not EVP. I mean audibly heard. You'll just hear it. Do do do. It's like a music note. You might have heard it on the video there. I'll make a video on that soon. Yeah, you didn't know the Bible talked about UFOs? Yeah. Oh, big deal. Some angels, the Bible says, use UFOs as vehicles. Not all of them can fly.
One of my bellmen approached me, and he kind of had a weird look on his face, and he said to me, can we go in your office and talk? I brought him into my office, and he says, something really weird happened here yesterday, and you weren't here. He said, there's a couple guys in here looking for you. And I said, a couple guys? What do you mean? And he said, well, this is really hard for me to say. He said, but there's a couple really strange-looking men that were here. And they kind of freaked everybody out, and they were asking questions about you. And, of course, I was around and get luggage, and by the time I came back, they were gone. But he goes, they freaked me out, and I really wanted to tell you that there were these weird guys in here looking for you. So, of course, now I'm a little bit skeptical and I'm a little bit freaked out all at the same time. So the first thing I do is I run into my security office, because I know how to work the security system, and I rewound the cameras, and sure enough, here comes two gentlemen through the front door looking exactly how he described. Then the next day, I was talking with my tour desk, and one of them asked to talk to me. She came in my office, the same as my bellman, and she said, I need to tell you about something that happened. I heard that you heard that there were some men looking for you. And I said, yes. And she said, they asked a few questions about you, and they said strange things that I didn't understand. And they were talking about governments and conspiracies, and none of it made any sense to me. But she goes, they were very, very scary. And I said, well, why were they scary? And she said, they had no facial hair, none. She said they had no eyebrows, no eyelashes, nothing. Their hair looked like they had a wig on, like it was attached to their hat, like it wasn't even real.
Now, I'm having trouble getting this. You might have some trouble getting this screw in. So if that happens, unscrew it. This one's a bit too long.
Tie.
So if I had it pre-drilled with the drill, it would have been gone right in. So, speaking of pre-drill, get a thinner from a drill, a little bit. So we want it to melt right through.
Suppose.
Thinner than your screw. Don't burn your hands. This is DIY. Do spirits like playing with fire? Yes, they do, but I don't suggest you play with fire. I heard of one case where a lady was trying to get rid of demons with fire, and she burned her whole house down and killed her whole family.
Office.
There we go. Right through. There we go. It hit the other side, actually. So the plastic only comes up to here. Anyway, it went right through. Oh, shit. Look at that. It comes out. You can see it. Okay. Now it's dried, and now we're stuck. Don't let it get stuck. So, as you can see, it goes right through. See?
Taste.
Alright, so we know that the hole's all the way through. We have no problems getting it in. Just apply a little bit of pressure.
When.
It's still fighting me, but don't apply too much pressure. You don't want to break anything. Keep fighting it as long as it takes to get the job done. It's the same thing as an exorcism. Demons are stuck, so you gotta get them out. It's just like a squirrel. You can tell a squirrel don't eat nuts. It's gonna eat nuts all day. Unless you got an electronic signal to ghost bust the demon. If you have an electronic signal, you know, signals that remove pests. Well, there's signals that can remove demons. The clue is in the Bible. Demons are like birds. What are birds? Have you ever seen a sound wave? Have you ever seen a sound wave? It looks like a bird. Sound wave on a computer looks like the shape of a bird. So electronic attacks. Jesus said, I'll give you power to drive out demons and devils. Drive out. That's a EMP. Electronic signal. So it's all there in the good book. Nobody bothers to read the Bible, do they? Hey, here's the sticky pad. And we're in. On the sticky pad, thanks Hasbro for awesome engineering. Or design.
Foreign.
Yeah. Did they make this in China? Foreign. Okay, so now we got two magnets. 1, 2. It's nice.
Percent.
You can even paint your Ouija board, put your own decorations on it. Put a person's face here, whatever. Now look at that. Look at that. That's just two magnets. It's moving on its own. I can actually feel that with my hand. Look, it stays on the letter. See that?
Stone.
And look, there's a stone here. How does an app know that? For those of you that don't believe ghost apps work. Was I talking about stones? No. Earlier, yeah, but no. What See that? See that, folks? Modify your Ouija board. Look at that. Scare the hell out of your friends.
Derek.
And now the spirits can play with the magnets and not play with your head. Not play with your head and possess you. They can possess the magnets. That's why they possess people. Did you know the human body has magnets? Your human body has many magnets, microscopic magnets. I think they're called magnetites. Pretty darn sure biology. Sorry, I only know fringe science. That's science unknown to mainstream science. I don't know regular science as much. Well, it's like me trying to teach an ant science. Like scientists are like the ant. They know that. I know the stuff above. You guys get it? All right. teach that on my channel, Paranormal Busters. Ouija board modified. Brought to you by Paranormal Busters. Do that, have some fun, kids. And I shouldn't call you a kid, because I know you're not 8 years old. This should be 18 plus. Hasbro should say
Nor
18 plus, but whatever. Believe me, the paranormal community could prove it in court. That should be 18 plus. But you guys want to make sales. Hasbro has making sales for years. It's safe. But according to the Exorcist movie, not so safe. So 8 plus it is. I mean, it is important for kids to learn about death and ghosts and demons at an early age.
Mark.
Because if they don't, they'll grow up to be unbelieving little pricks. You know, prove it to me, show it to me, like most scientists. Well, there's enough proof now for the paranormal. You can actually touch the ghost, measure it, poke it. Say, no, there isn't. Go watch my other videos. Real proof. Real scientific proof. Real videos. Measure them, touch them, film them, talk to them.
Police.
Yeah. When they're talking about the police, I think they mean the Ghostbusters. Because the car has a police siren. It's usually what they say when I have the thing here.
Told.
Damn. I just noticed my camera's upside down.
Banshee.
So, let's turn it. See, is it upside down? Sorry people, if this video is upside down, then it's upside down. But I think you get the concept, right?
Problem.
Yeah, that's a problem. I hate it when it turns upside down. Alright. Okay, let's do the third one.
Divided.
1 is ready. 2 is ready. Now the third. I would suggest using these magnets. These magnets are more expensive. They're more stronger. I mean, look.
Spring.
Imagine I had this on the back of the Ouija board. Whatever I do, the Ouija board with the plushette would float. Look at that. It would float over the... It's so strong. It does not want to connect.
Produce.
See that? But using these type of magnets, at least your plushette can rest on the board. If you're using these magnets, your plushette would always be jumping. Like, you would literally have to hold it as it's floating. Literally, it would... Yeah, it's a game. It would float with these magnets. With the darker magnets, it sticks. You can literally let it rest.
10.
These are weaker, which is why I use the weaker ones. Because I want it to rest. Because with these magnets, your plushette would just fly away from the Ouija board. So it's your choice.
Prepared.
Let's do the third one. Remove your sticky pad nice and slowly. If you ruin these sticky pads, you can buy these sticky pads at hardware stores. They're for the feet of furniture. But it already comes with it. How much is the Ouija board? These can go from $20 to $200 online, depending how much you want to pay for one. Just do your research. So, once again, take your wood screw. Find the middle. Oh, and there's police outside. I don't know if you guys can hear sirens. Accidents. People driving in the rain. It's raining outside. They're driving too quickly. People put on their winter tires, getting ready for the winter. When you use winter tires and it's raining, people put their winter tires on their cars. Right? Okay, so poke it. Winter tires slide in the rain like ice. Just like ice. When hydroplaning. Winter tires, when you hit your brakes, it'll keep going. So don't drive too close to people. That's why drivers have problems. They're like, they get to a stop sign, the other guy's like, blah, 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 blah. They have their winter tires, they slid too close, and they think it's this driver. They blame this driver. Meanwhile, if you weren't tailgating, this driver could have made their full stop and then gone, and you would have had no problems. But you're a road rager. You don't know how to drive. But you the road rager will chase the other guy and be like, "How dare you, blah, blah, stop at that stop sign. So abruptly, blah, blah, blah." If you weren't tailgating, if you weren't on someone's ass, there would be no problems. So, road ragers, you want to teach people how to drive? Think about what the hell you're doing. First of all, you're chasing down someone like a cop, which is illegal. You ain't no cop.
Straight.
Second of all, you're road raging, yelling at people. You ain't no cop. That's why the driver in front of you gave you the middle finger, because you're a dumbass.
Remember.
Yep. So learn how to drive properly before you go out and chase people down and teach them, yell at them. You cut me off, or you blah blah blah. Yeah, some people make mistakes. It's called defensive driving. Someone made a mistake.
Covered.
They're like, "Oh, sorry, okay." You're not a cop to go chase them down. Go have road rage with someone. That person's got a gun. They'll shoot your ass. Then you'll be a ghost. Went right through. Okay, it's drying off. It's getting stuck. Pull it out. Went right through. Now. Spectre, ghosts, yeah. Now you want to use the wood screw to open up the home a little wider. The screw couldn't get in there. Wiggle it back and forth. I think we're pretty good. You can shave that off if you want.
In.
Okay, so this little screw here, I couldn't find the correct size, so I just got one that's even tinier. Tried to find ones that are longer than this. Stick it in your hole.
Party.
And you have yourself a party with some ghosts. With your friends. Damn. Even my screwdriver is magnetized. I don't know why anyone hasn't done this before. And there's the talking Ouija board. Spells out the letters. Pretty cool. But this is how you get. Okay. I think you guys know how to do this. It's pretty simple. All you need is to get the magnets, the holes in it.
Increase.
There you go. Screw that in. Nice and tight. Once it's nice and tight and flush, looks nice, looks professional. I can make it even more professional, but this is just DIY video showing you how to do this. Take a little sponge, anti-scratch protector, put that in, and we're done. Look at that. You do that, and you just modified your Paranormal Buster style.
Messenger.
You just modified your Ouija Paranormal Buster style. That easy. Magnets are on it. These are aluminium, and these other ones, I think, are your earthwork magnets. I'm not sure. Right. Amentons. Yeah. There we go.
Mattress.
These are 12 millimeters. Whatever. I'm gonna go into the science of it. I'll learn some magnets. Anyway, Paranormal Busters modification.
Energy.
We got our magnets. Let's see what the spirits say. Look at that. Is anybody here? Look.
Itself.
Use a hand. Now you can actually feel it getting stuck and moving and floating. Yeah. And that's how you do a Ouija board modification.
Least.
Go watch part 1, Ouija board mod, on how to start this project. This is part 2. You ask your questions. You can have your friends hold it as well. They'll feel it. They'll be like, wow, you can feel it. Now for an extra kick, if you want to, you can get the magnets,
William.
the holes in it, which is good for the screw, and put them here in the bottom. Just got to figure out what's sticking and not. Look.
Yet.
Okay, so that's sticking. We don't want it to stick. We want it to repel. So these magnets are all universal. So the one with the flat goes up.
Equator.
Put that in. Let's turn on our hot glue gun. I had my magnets. My magnets were here somewhere, but where in the hell did they go? They got a mind of their own. Like to stick to everything. Yeah, they're gone.
Milk.
I gotta find them. They stuck to something and I can't seem to find them. Like I said, if you use the ones with screws with heads that'll stick out, you'll have to put your sticky pad on top. You can do that too. But the smaller the screw, the neater it'll look. And you'll have a hard time to ever
Quarantines.
Yeah, my magnets just disappeared. Yo. Oh, hello. They're in between here. Okay. Duh.
Hello.
Hello. H-A-L-L-O-W. Okay, so you got a bunch of magnets. Right. Flat side up. Round side out. Now this is if you want to add an extra kick to it. Okay. I'm just gonna glue. I can glue them all if I want to. And then you got an extra thing, right? Or you can leave it bare so you can see the letters. It's up to you. Because once you put this on, it'll be harder to see the letters. But I'm just gonna show you how to do that with only one magnet, because I need more magnets for my other projects. I'm gonna heat up my glue gun, which already has a plastic thing here from the Hasbro manufacturing, and the glue gun has a hole, so I'm going to take that pin, plastic pin, dip some glue there, hot glue, and put my magnet hot glued in. If you don't do it right, it'll look nasty, so be careful. Let's heat up the glue gun.
Video.
And yes, I'm making a video, and people are watching the video. How do the spirits know that? Plugged in my glue gun. It's my little paranormal shop, amongst other things that I make. Let's let that heat up. Gotta focus here. Focus, come on. Lights out. Okay, so now you got your Ouija board modified. It's that easy. Now the back of the Ouija board. Let's turn the lights on. Just trying to focus. Here we go. It'll look looks nasty, right? So what you want to do is take another wood, cut out a wood piece, or a sticky pad, whatever you want to do. Felt sticky pad, you can get those at Walmart. They're like felt, soft material. Something this size. Cut it out and stick it at the bottom so it looks nice and neat. Just like you get your soft little cloths. Cut out a square size of the Ouija board. Stick it on, glue it on the back. As the glue is drying, just like in the process of one, you put that on, everything would be nice and neat and soft. Choice is yours. How you want to decorate it. You can make your own letters and designs. And now, we've got some real spirit manipulation going on here. Magnetism.
Through.
Yeah, the magnets are going through. On the opposite, you can add another board with magnets. So opposites, you could screw another board with wood with magnets, so that the energies that usually attract, you put one side attracting, one side repelling, so that it's like doesn't want to touch each other. So there's friction, magnetic friction in between this, you know, and then that would be quite interesting. The Ouija board would be like Whoa, I want to attract, I don't want to attract, I want to attract, I don't want to attract. This is just a step 1.
If.
I'll do more videos on that. This is part 2 of Ouija board mod. There you go. You got magnets. These are magnets. Look. See? Soft little felt.
Cable.
There. My glue gun, I think, is heated up. Yep, it's ready. It's tacky. I'm going to touch the tip with some glue. Well, that comes out too. Now here's the problem. I ran out of glue before making this project. I wasn't thinking about it. So you just push that in. So the glue stick comes out. There we go.
Decided.
The glue coming out. This little part seems to pop out. Put a little dab on the end. And put in your magnet quick before it dries. Put it in quick.
Tree.
Okay, that ain't going nowhere. That's it. Now with the hot part, you can melt the plastic. You can melt the plastic pin so that it holds it in forever. There's a pin, right? If you melt down the pin, it won't be round no more. It'll be flat, like a flat screwdriver head. And you'll hold down your magnets forever. Your magnets will stay in there forever. That's up to you if you want to clean off the excess glue or not. Make everything nice and neat, especially if you're going to sell this to a customer. You want everything nice and neat.
Monitor.
This is just for this video and for my own use for further videos. Oh yeah. And that's how you do it.
Flow.
And unplug your... Don't forget to unplug your glue guns. Don't want to burn down any place. Get rid of the lighter, get rid of the screwdriver. This little piece just pops right out.
British.
Easily. Okay, so pop that back in. Oh, pops back in from the top. Put a bit of glue. Okay.
10.
You can even put pictures in here, clearer pictures. You know, for those of you that know how to put pictures onto clear objects, you can still see through. Many ways of decorating it. And that's pretty much how you do things, folks. Pop that in, and you're done. Also, when you throw out your Ouija board, clean off your fingerprints so that the spirits don't track you down. Because believe me, there's spirits that can track you down just like the police with fingerprints. And angels too. Like, who owned this object?
Has.
Why is this ghost here? They can investigate you. The angels. So remove your fingerprints. I think God gave us individual fingerprints for nothing, did you? So you can be identified. The Bible says every hair on your head is counted. You know what that means?
Moss.
Your cells, everything. They know everything. Every little piece of skin that falls off you can be tracked down. And there you go. Now you know. Everything, the Bible says, careful, everything you say can and will be used in the court of law. That term is from the Bible. Judgment Day. Everything we say will be accounted for. So anyway, folks, there it is. Flechette is modified. Ouija board is modified.
Slain.
It's still drying off, that's why it's yellowish. You watched part 1, it's part 2, and we're complete. Now you got yourself a Ouija board with a
Roger.
Sticking on the Ouija board. Sometimes it doesn't want to stick. See that? It's floating. See that? If you use the stronger magnets on both sides, it'll float like that. I'm using the weaker magnets.
Among.
Weaker magnets can actually make contact. So I think you get the concept. Stronger magnets, weaker magnets. You can
Malice.
spend a lot of money, or $1 for a pack of these. Dollar stores. Walmart's have them. Many stores have them. There you go. Modified Ouija board. Yeah, we're just going to leave it there.
Pass.
Can you ask the spirits to move it by itself? Sure. Let's have a cigarette. I'm going to have a cigarette. I'm a smoker. And when I smoke, I think about things. Don't smoke, kids. They ruin your health.
Force.
See, vitamin C. If you eat oranges, if you smoke, eat oranges. Vitamin C to compensate for the vitamin C depletion of cigarettes. So that way you don't die. Vitamin C. A lot of vitamin C. And I never get sick. A lot of vitamin C. Yeah, if you learn biology, you can remove all diseases. You can reverse any disease through vitamins. Any. Including cancer? Yeah.
Bath.
Any disease. HIV? Yeah, you can reverse that. Say how? Electric shocks. An electric shock. Here's how to remove HIV. I actually know how to do it. You have HIV. You're watching this. You need a battery. Touch wires.
Person.
Attach the wires to your wrist and have it shock you. Back and forth. Little tiny battery shocks. No bigger than that. 9 volts.
Love.
It'll shock your bloodstream, and your bloodstream will kill the HIV virus. The virus will blow up. And your immune system will kill the virus. Really? Yeah, discovered by scientists. They don't want to tell you that, though. And you just have it shock. Or here's another way. Without the fire, make sure it's empty so the shock goes through.
Hurry.
Make contact with your skin. Ouch. Yeah, electric shocks. Anyway, you just put
mouse.
Positive and negative. You let it shock you. Cancer, remove cancer. I have a video on that. You go watch that. Anyway, I'm not here to be a doctor. You can reverse any disease. If you go to lighting up my cigarettes, Ouija board with the ghosts. Now, some people have taken pictures of Ouija boards and they see smoky figures. Here's the thing. No one's smoking or lighting sage, so why is there smoky figures appearing around Ouija boards?
Consonant.
Right? Just having a cigarette. Hey, spirits, are you here? Can you move this Ouija board? I left magnets on the Ouija board for you to use. I'm going to leave this. It has magnets here, and magnets here. If there's any spirits or ghosts here, or angels, any ghosts or spirits, you want to talk with me? Here, use this Ouija board.
Unlock.
It has magnets. Move this. Move the planchette. Move it just like this. I left magnets on the board for you. Tell me your name. Spell your name. Let's see if the spirits can move it on their own. I don't think they can. Some of them can, because they can sometimes knock things down, right? Sometimes they'll break things, throw things. But now, if they're that strong, they can move this. With these magnets, they'll definitely be able to move it. Because your planchette will be floating. With these magnets, they'll have a harder time.
End.
Which is the ones I have now. So, end my video. Yeah, this is the end of the video, pretty much. Spirit knows already. Okay, spirits, can you move this magnet? Spell out your name. Go ahead. Now remember, I ain't touching nothing.
Full.
Just having a cigarette. If you got any disease whatsoever, you can reverse it. Say how? There's a website on, if you listen to that radio station, you know, the Art Bell radio station?
Send.
Now there's George instead of Art Bell. Find that radio station. There's a special doctor. He's a real doctor, and he knows how to reverse any disease. Go there, find out those links, do your research, and you can reverse your disease. Follow the steps. By a real doctor. And you can remove any disease that you think you may have. Doesn't matter what it is. You can talk to the doctor. He'll tell you everything. It's on that website that used to be run by Art Bell, that radio show. I'll give you a small clue. Which is now run by George. And George has a doctor on his show as a guest. And that doctor can reverse any disease you think you may have or do have. Anything. Science, people.
Card.
Bible's pretty clear. People die for lack of knowledge. You study, you can live. Or you can be a ghost, and we'll talk to you on the other side. Yo, ghost, are you here? If you're here, can you move this object? Can you move this little triangle? Why is it in the shape of a triangle? Is this the Illuminati? Scary, huh?
Blog.
Yep. Now, spirits, can you move this and spell out words? Spell your name.
Inside.
Now, if you have a K2 meter and you keep it on here, now you can actually pick up the signal that they send to it. If you're picking up on the K2 a signal, it's obviously either angels or spirits. If it's a stronger signal,
middle,
constant signal, it's ghosts. That's how you know. Can you guys move this? I told you I'm using the weaker magnets, so they won't be able to move it by themselves. Still need your hands. But if I was using these magnets, the stronger magnets, I would not need anybody's hands. I'll show you that on another video in the future. Anyway, folks, I hope you enjoyed that. That was part 2 of the Ouija board Paranormal Busters style modification. And that's how you do it. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust, right? Well, they haven't moved anything. You guys can't move anything? Anyway, this is not a real session. These magnets, spirits won't be able to move by themselves, but they can influence the outcome of your movement even further.
Map.
With these stronger magnets, they can move it by themselves. Without your hands. That's for another video. Okay, people, go out, try this yourself, modify your Ouija board, and have some fun with the spirits. Is anybody here? Now, I don't have to feel anything in my mind. I just let it go. If I feel that you gotta feel if it stays somewhere though. Look, it stopped at, it doesn't want to go past K. Okay, K. Oh, look at that. P. W. Okay. Oh shit. Back to K. Okay. That spells anything, guys?
Yard.
Stuck to E. Look at that. Spirits can influence the magnetism and V. Okay.
Brother.
Look at that. He's saying it's one of his brothers doing this, so it's obviously a spirit. Go ahead, spell out your name. You can actually feel when it gets stuck or it keeps moving. B.
Gas.
I hope you guys are writing those letters down. Was it spelling? Is it a demon's name? I don't know. Is it a scientific code? Who knows? Is it a Morse code? As you can see, people, it works
Melody.
just fine. Do that to your Ouija board. You can actually feel it. Look, look at that. It's stuck on the G. So there's another letter. What else have we spelled? What have we spelled? Actually, look, it's stuck at the F. Another letter
Round.
stuck at the B. See, there's letters that are jump to the R. Did you see that? What have we spelled so far? I. Stuck on the I. Look at that. You, as a person, as a user, would have to just go back and forth on the letters.
Corner.
Right? Stuck on the V. Can it jump down? The only influence the spirit has now on you is this. To go to yes or no. Or the numbers or the goodbye. It's through your brain. It's a little bit of possession. But it's safer now because once you have it on, you just go like that and don't do it too fast.
Camera.
You want them to influence your brain, pass by the yes and no sometimes. And you ask questions. They'll put a word in your mind, no, and then you see your hand going towards no.
Stop it!
Hallowed be thy name.
Zip it!
Thy kingdom come.
Your mother sucks cocks in hell.
Shit. Suck on this.
Uh-oh.
Conducting.
I think you get the picture, right? But I hope you wrote those letters down. Oh, we stuck on the N. Just track it
Care.
to the N. So all those letters together, what have we spelled? So look, stuck on the S. All right. Stuck on the U. What have we spelled so far? Attracted. I felt it being attracted to the P. Yep, attracted to the P.
Ticket.
And what have we spelled so far? I'm going to give it 2 more chances. Okay, stuck on the J. Alright. Hope you've been keeping, and on the Q. Alright, that's all you get. Alright, thank you, spirits, for talking. Goodbye. Goodbye. Alright, thanks, folks, for watching this video. And that's how you modify your Ouija board.
Randy.
Brought to you by ParanormalBusters.com. I'm just going to leave it here a bit as I'm having the last of my cigarette. I'll leave it here a bit, see if they move it by themselves. They probably won't because these magnets are weaker. And I'm going to stop talking. Thanks, guys, for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and go out and modify your Ouija board.
Figure.
There will be no part 3 because it's already done. Part 1 and 2 covers it. That's how you modify your Ouija board with magnets. Now you go out and try that yourself.
Factors.
And have fun. Just going to enjoy the rest of my cigarette and let the spirits speak away, and let's see if the spirits can move this flush shut by themselves without me asking.
Monarchy.
Hey, where'd this come from?
I found it.
Where?
Closet.
Just putting away my tool.
Clap.
Clap. Clap if you're happy. Clap your hands if you're happy. It's done. Right? What do you do at the end of a performance? Clap your hands. Woo! Right? Right. That's what the spirits are saying. Alright, folks. Thanks for watching. Putting my stuff away. And that's how you modify your Ouija.
Sultry.
That's how you modify your Ouija board. Paranormal Busters style. Forget, There's links below this video where to get the
Zinc.
magnets. Or you just go on eBay, Amazon, whatever. Or use my link. It's up to you. Alright, people. Thanks for watching. And
Adam.
goodbye.
Oh yeah, well let's postpone it.
Pet.
Yeah, my pets are outside. Alright, this ends our video. So,
Crawl.
modify your Ouija board. Paranormal Busters mod. Ouija board. Paranormal Busters Ouija board mod. Complete. Goodbye. Thanks for watching, guys.